Oh my God. Are you kidding? This is crazy. Oh my God. Look at this. Oh my God. How did I not know about this earlier? Oh my God. This is insane. Everyone, I thought I'd go over this insane build for leveling. It's unbelievable. The hollow palm build is crazy. I came across this video, and this is not my idea. Obviously, as a new player in PoE, I don't have the knowledge base of this build. So shout out to KobeBlackMamba, and I will link his video in the description of this video. And if you want to head over there and support him, this is I know there's other videos out there about hollow palm, but this is the video that I watched that helped me create my build for my alt for a Crucible League build. And so shout out to him, and the link is in the description. Go check out the video. He goes into greater detail about the hollow palm build. I just thought I want to get the message out as much as possible. This is a crazy build. If you're creating an alt character and you're tired of going through the campaign and just kind of want to bull rush the campaign, and that's literally what I'm doing now. I've probably been playing a couple of hours of this build, and I'm level 44 now. Level 44, a couple of hours. If in this character in the hands of someone that, number one, has a lot of experience in PoE, knows the maps, knows the campaigns, knows exactly where to go, what to cut out, what not to do, and where to go. It's said that you could literally finish the campaign and hit 90 in 3.5 hours. Obviously, I don't know the maps that well enough, so it's going to take me a little bit longer. However, a couple of hours in the hands of someone like me who's playing PoE for the very first time at 44 in a couple of hours, that's pretty good in my eyes for, again, someone like myself. Okay, so hollow palm, how does it work? Basically, you have the following setup. So you need, for a helm, you need the gold rim leather cap, which gives us resistance. And the chest piece, you have two options. You have the tabula rasa, which you can equip at level 1, or the brisk wrap strapped leather, which you can equip at level 9. Now, the tabula obviously doesn't give us anything, whereas the brisk wrap gives us dexterity, res, movement speed, attack speed. Now, the brisk wrap would be more advantageous. However, I don't have it and I can't purchase it because I'm playing this alt in Crucible League. So that's why I went with the tabula. I would love to try the brisk wrap just because of all the other modifiers it gives you, but I just can't do it because I can't buy it and I didn't have it as a drop. By the way, what I'm going through here, 95% of these items I had already, because we are literally week 6 into the Crucible League. So a lot of this stuff I already had. Only a couple of items I had to purchase. That's the other beauty of this. So this kind of setup is, I think, my opinion, geared for someone that is, 3-4 weeks into a new league and wants to create an alt, and they want to blaze through the story. This is it for you. So if you already have equipment in your stash, it's a very cheap investment, but we're going to go into that. I will preview what the investment costs are depending on which league you go and play. The other thing is the Karoo Ward Jade Amulet, and of course, Dex, Strength, It gives you increased projectile speed, movement speed, and all that fun jazz. And then Lehup of all Iron Ring, I hope I pronounced that well. This adds physical damage to our attacks. It adds 11 to all our attributes. Dex is what gives us the power. So we're maxing out Dex as much as we can. Of course, increased damage, and of course, elemental resistances. And then the Call of the Void Sapphire Ring. And you can see it gives us a lot of cold resistance. It gives us added damage to hits, and all that stuff. Now, as far as the ring, you have ring 1 is the Call of the Void, and ring 2 is Lehup. And then the belt is the String of Servitude, and that's adds implicit modifier magnitudes are tripled. Plus, you can find some with dexterity, which would be obviously better for the damage. Other options are Darkness Enthroned, Mage Blood, and Nomad. Now, again, depending on how much currency you have and your flexibility of whether or not you have these other unique belts, the option is yours. Now, the thing with the String of Servitude and Darkness Enthroned, those are all equipable at level 1, whereas Mage Blood and Nomad is 44 and 48, I believe. So again, the point of this build is to blaze through the campaign. So Mage Blood and Nomad, you can equip to level 44, 48. So obviously the String of Servitude and Darkness Enthroned, just because you can equip it right away, makes sense. But again, something you can swap out if you do have the item or if you have the currency. Now, the one thing that makes this build work is a couple of things. So, things that you need to prioritize from a passive tree perspective. The very first thing you need to do, and by the way, this build is viable for any class, because in essence, what I'm about to review now, I'm leveling a Scion, so I'm on this side of the map, but this is true for all classes. Okay, so regardless of what class that you're alting and leveling up, you want to make a beeline for the first jewel socket. Okay, in my case, it was straight across. And again, take a look, see where it is on your skill tree, and this is the first thing you want to do. You want to make a beeline for that jewel socket, because without one with nothing, you cannot do the hollow palm technique. Okay, so this is priority number 1. The other thing you want to rush is, where is it? You want to rush Precious Technique. This is going to give us 40% more damage. And then Utmost Swiftness. Okay, this is another node that you want to make a beeline for, and this gives us dexterity. Dexterity, more damage. And the point of this build is one shot, one shot, one shot. One shot or 2 shots. It's almost instant kill on everything. Okay, almost everything. Again, depending on your setup. And then you want to rush Cold Mastery. 3 gives 40 physical to cold conversion, and this will enable Trinity, one of our skills that we use. Speaking of skills, we use the following skills. Now, basically, Hollow Palm, I think until you get to the jewel, if I'm not mistaken, you're going to have to wait till about level 12, level 13. And then you can execute Hollow Palm, which means no weapons equipped and no gloves equipped. So prior to level 12, you would level as you normally would, depending on your class and the strong skills and weapons that you're used to. Use those to level up and get you through as quickly to level 12 as possible. And then you can start this Hollow Palm build. So basically, we're using Smite, and Smite with momentum support, trinity support, elemental damage with attacks, faster attack support, and ancestral call support. And then we're now for me, really that's all you need. I've put my own little touch. Just it is a little bit life is an issue with this build, just because you're rushing all those important nodes to make you like a one tap king. But I add like these are my own personal touches: molten shell to give you that extra armor and take hits, and then herald device, purity of elements, and then flame dash. Again, my auras are herald device, which again adds a big buff to the cold damage. Purity of elements just for the elemental resistances, which we're gonna need. And now I'm having a little bit of an issue with my mana currently, so I put clarity in there, but I don't know if that's gonna be viable. However, outside of that, this thing is a friggin' beast. It's unbelievable. And we're gonna quickly go, and we'll just go yeah. Okay, I'm just gonna show you like how crazy, like this is insane. It's unbelievable. Like, it's just crazy. The only thing that you really obviously need to pay attention to is your health, obviously. Oh crap. And your mana. But this thing is like, okay, it doesn't one tap everything, but it just about one taps everything. Okay, now obviously when you're doing the boss fights in the builds in the axe, it's a little bit different. Obviously you're not going to one tap bosses, but it's just like, you don't even have to say anything. It's just, and the 7 steps boots with the 50% mobility is just, you are Usain Bolt running through everything here. Like, you obviously are taking damage, you know, early on, you're not concentrating too much on the life nodes. Okay. But look at this. This is insane. Actually, look, I just 2-tapped it. Like, 2-tap. These are yellows. Look at them. Crazy. It's, and now, okay, I don't know why I did that. It's unbelievable. Totally unbelievable. And go on and on and on and on and on. Okay. Anyway, that's it, guys. This is a crazy ass build. Okay. So here's the thing now. I'm gonna put up a chart, and this is actually it right here. Oop, sorry. Okay. So as you can see, here are all the items that you're gonna need. Now, again, if you were someone like myself who was looking at creating another character in the Crucible League, and when I heard about this and I looked into what I had and didn't have, I had 95% of these items already in my stash. So if that's you, then you're laughing. Your investment in this is going to be very minimal. Now, if you don't have the majority of these items, depending on which league you're in, it is going to vary, obviously, in investment. So as you can see here, we have all the gear that I was referring to that you're going to need for this, along with the jewel, one with nothing. And you can see here, standard, hardcore, crucible. I did not get into the other leagues like SSF and all that kind of, you know, this would have been an exercise in futility. So I kept it to these 4 leagues. And again, you can see really, when you get into the hardcore and Crucible hardcore, this is where the investment gets obviously a little bit more steeper. And again, dependent on the item, it can get really, really crazy. Like if you look at the Darkness Enthroned, like in hardcore, that belt is 5 to 60 divine. Okay, like the String of Servitude on hardcore can go as low as 2 chaos all the way to 5 divine plus, again depending on availability. Now this is, let me timestamp this, we are 6 or so weeks into the Crucible League. Okay, so these prices, I don't need to tell you this, but I'm going to say it just to cover my you know what. This was priced out at the time I was recording this video. So it's approximately 6 weeks into the Crucible League. Okay, so these can all change, as you guys know. But this just, I wanted to do a little bit of homework here and just provide a snapshot if you're contemplating it. I know when I'm contemplating something and I go on YouTube, I love when people really put everything on the table so you can make an educated decision. So this is a very quick snapshot of dependent. So if you're in Standard League and you're like, oh, Sammy brings up a good point, I might want to do this, I'm thinking about creating an alt, what do I have? You can check, and then there's the standard pricing, and you can very quickly do a rough estimate of what it's going to cost you to buy it, buy whatever you don't have on the trade, and you can see, okay, well, I got 2 divine, it's only going to cost me, 100 chaos. Awesome, I'm going to do this, right? So you can do that for hardcore Crucible. I just want to say one thing. You're crazy if you're not using this build to do your alts. It is unbelievable. Forget about the fact that you are leveling so fast. It is such a fun character to play during the leveling process and the campaign. It's unbelievable, 1-2-shotting everything. It's and at the speed that you're barreling through. It's just a great fun character to play. I hope you try it and I hope you enjoy it. Okay, everyone, that does it for me. Again, covering the Hollow Palm build. Man, am I so happy I came across that information. I am going to use this setup as much as I can throughout whenever I want to create an alt and whiz through the campaign. Thanks for watching. I really appreciate it. If you want to catch me live, come over on Twitch. My channel name is Sammy Caps. I stream every evening. Usually I start between 8 and 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. I would love for you to come by and say hello. And for those of you that are watching my YouTube channel and videos, thank you so much. I really appreciate the support. And please don't forget to like, comment, share, and most importantly, subscribe. Thanks for watching, everyone. Catch you next time.